Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. Today my group and I will present to you about Malaysia as Global Halal Hub. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Uzaimi. So, shall we start? Alright, these are the general view that you'll be learned today. Next, the objectives of this learning is to recognize the facilities provided in developing the halal industry. Second, to identify the strategies taken to lead Malaysia towards global halal hub. First, what is halal hub? Halal hub can be defined as the activity of production, processing and distribution of halal products by manufacturers or companies that have exceeded the standards set by particular agencies that are widely available, such as the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia JAKIM. The concept of halal is based on the teaching of Islam. Now, we always hear the tagline, Malaysia as Halal Hub, or Malaysia towards Global Halal Hub. We've heard it, haven't we? But have you ever wondered what's the objective behind it? Nah, here we go. The first objective is to drive the country's economic growth. The global halal economy is now valued at and estimated at 0.4 trillion ringgit Malaysia. The halal food sector alone accounts for almost 2.5 trillion of this total. Given that by the year 2030, the worldwide Muslim population is expected to form about 27% of the global population. Prospects of the halal economy are indeed encouraging. Next, to improve the living standard of Muslim community. With the development of this halal industry, it can provide employment opportunities to the local population and thereby it can decrease the unemployment rate. Next, the halal industry has a wide market. As we know, the halal food market has massive potential for growth, and in many countries, one can find such items as halal frozen meals and halal chicken nuggets, to name a few. As Islam is the second largest religion in the world, the halal product market is expected to grow from 1.4 trillion US dollars in 2017 to around 2.6 trillion by 2024. And lastly is to prioritize halal and tayyiba. Commonly known that consumption of alcohol, pork, blood, dead meat and meat that had not been slaughtered according to Islamic rules are forbidden for all Muslims. Therefore, the concept of consuming halal food is not only bound to the foods itself, but also to the process of producing them. Halal and Tayyiban concept highlighted the importance for the food not only has to be halal by itself, but it also need to be produced in clean environment and are safe for everybody to eat. That's all from me. Now I will pass you over to my friend, Azerbaijan.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Azerbaijan bin Bahruddin. Today I would like to present about Halal Infrastructure Facility. There are 6 Halal Infrastructure Facility. First is Halal Certification. Second is Halal Park. Third is Halal Training Institute. Fourth, Halal Integrated Platform. Fifth, Halal Research and Development. And last is Halal Traceability System. First is Halal Certification. Malaysia is the only country in the world whereby the government provides full supporting in promoting the halal certification. Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, JAKIM, is the competent authority being responsible for halal certification in Malaysia. Halal certification provides assurance to all Muslim consumers because it fulfills the Sharia law. Second is Halal Park. Halal Park is a community of manufacturing and service business located on a common property with the aim of preserving the integrity of halal product. Halal Park offers world-class infrastructure, skill, and productive manpower, ease of doing business, access to halal source materials, and attractive government incentive that drive investment to meet needs as a regional development center. Next is Halal Training Institute. Since the introduction of HDC Halal Training in 2008, 60,000 workers from around the world have benefited from HDC training program. The training program provided include halal industry best practices, benchmark halal training module, career enhancement through halal, and halal education for students. Halal Integrated Platform. The Halal Integrated Platform (HIP) established by the federal government, expected to connect its members with key stakeholders, including state government agencies, certification bodies, industry players, practitioners, scholars, and consumers, all under one Halal Digital Community Platform. Next is Halal Research and Development. Halal research helps in examining halal materials on products and services to develop the halal industry globally. It's including research on product or processes development, research on potential of dog food products or processes to be made halal, and scientific proof of halal requirement. Lastly is Halal Traceability System. The ability to trace and follow a food, feed, food-producing animal, or substances intended to be incorporated into a food or feed through all stages of production, processing, and distribution. There are two traceability. First is product traceability. Product traceability to determine the physical location of item at any stage in the supply chain. Second is process traceability. Process traceability to determine the type and sequences of events that occurred during the production and handling of the product.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akmal Arif bin Adnan. So I will continue to share to all of you about Malaysian Halal Standard. So what is Malaysian Halal Standard? MS 1500 Halal Standard prescribes practical guidelines for food industry on the production, preparation, handling and storage of halal food, including nutrient supplement. And this standard was developed under the Malaysian Standard Development System under the wing of Department of Standardization Malaysia and Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. And it aims to set the ground rules for food products or food business in Malaysia. It will be used by JAKIM as the basis for certification, whilst other requirements will also be taken into account to complete the certification process. And this Malaysian Halal Standard is used together with MS 1480, Food Safety According to Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point, HACCP, and MS 1514, GMP, General Manufacturing Practice for Food. So next, why establish Malaysian Halal Standard? Acknowledging such demand for halal industry, the government of Malaysia had and still putting a lot of efforts in promoting Malaysia to be a global halal hub. Even though the government had provided much encouragement and incentive for companies to obtain halal status, there are instances where halal logo is being misused by unethical entrepreneurs and manufacturers. For example, in 2005, Malaysia was shocked by the news where the two sausage producers misused halal logo and certification from JAIS and JAKIM by claiming they were producing vegetable-based sausage casing, but the truth is that pig intestine were used instead. Hence, to tackle this issue with a more comprehensive and standard way, MS 1500 Halal Standard is being introduced as a guidelines before a halal status is given to compliant manufacturers. And the last slide is benefit of Malaysian Halal Standard. There are many benefits of Malaysian Halal Standard since it was introduced. First, it can create many opportunities for the company to sell many halal products or services and can grow their business because the Muslim community in Malaysia is growing every year and the market is also expanding. Second, the company can improve access to global markets and reach out to Muslims living in other countries that need halal products to meet their needs. And third, the halal logo printed on the products or the services label can convince the consumers to purchase the products because they are convinced that they can obtain the safe halal products that are required by Sharia compliance. And last, halal certification in Malaysia also helps the entrepreneurs and manufacturers to produce high quality products. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Ashraf bin Azmi. So today I will proceed to continue previous slide to present about the Malaysian strategy in leading global halal hub. According to the study of RMK9, which stands for Rancangan Malaysia ke-9, Malaysia has the potential to become a halal hub in the world due to its logical and precise location structure for the production of halal products and services for the domestic, regional and global markets. Effort was being undertaken to develop Malaysia as the global halal hub. Malaysia will be the base of operation for the industry. It is envisaged that by 2008, Malaysia will be the center for several matters such the production and distribution of halal products. Second is halal service providers. Third is reference on the halal standard. And last is R&D on halal matters. In this context, Malaysia has been able to meet some prerequisites and criteria to exist as a global halal product hub or center. Okay, for the next, I would like to explain about the strategic plan thrust for the development and promotion Malaysia as global halal hub. For the first is enhancing the awareness on Malaysia as the center for halal products and services. Among the program to gain awareness is developing and utilizing a country of origin labeling campaign for Malaysian halal product. All aspects of the initiative for the development of the halal hub under this new branding strategy will be coordinated, including using the halal logo, continuously making the association of Malaysia with halal product and services in all promotions and trade exhibition overseas. Besides, among the other programs that can be organized to gain awareness is positioning Malaysia as the reference center for trade and investment promotion of halal products and services by designating Malaysia International Halal Showcase (MIHAS) as the international annual platform for halal trade. Secondly, the strategy is to leveraging upon outward investment to gain access to raw materials and enhance competitiveness. Measure to overcome the constraint of the lack of raw materials and to some extent the non-compliance to the Malaysian halal standard by overseas supplier include encouraging strategic joint venture between Malaysian and overseas companies, including those involved in cattle and sheep farming as well as food and non-food production. Okay, for thirdly, the strategy is to managing the increasing competition from countries in the region. Among the program to increasing the competition from countries is to developing contract manufacturing capabilities to enable small and medium producers of halal products to be integrated into the global supply chain. This includes equipping the producer to become suppliers of halal products to major hypermarket chains. Fourthly is enhancing R&D in product and process development and leveraging upon latest technological development to expand the product range. To benefit from the growing halal market, the industry will be encouraged to achieve a higher level of innovation in product and process development in both the food and non-food industry to improve export performance in the long term. From the other perspective, the strategy is to utilizing and leveraging upon Malaysian halal standard to differentiate Malaysian halal products. Presently, there is no single reference point for a halal standard, which is globally accepted as the industry standard. In this respect, Malaysia has taken the lead in already having developed the MS 1500-2004 standard. It is thus important that Malaysian producer of halal product leverage upon this standard to differentiate their product from those of competitors. Measure will be undertaken to develop and promote the Malaysian halal standard, including gaining international recognition and acceptance. Okay, for the next is enhancing the coordination among agencies involved in the development and promotion of the industry. To promote the development of the halal industry, coordination among the ministry and agency will be further enhanced. The Halal Industry Development Corporation, which will be established during the RMK9 period, will coordinate the overall development of the industry. The Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry will coordinate the upstream development of the industry, including the supply and first stage processing of raw materials. The ministry will be responsible for the halal accreditation of abattoir. And for the last is strengthening the institutional capacity of organizations involved in the development and promotion of halal products and services. This include identifying selected local university to provide degree course in halal-related science. Second, providing more target training for SME to cover not only requirement on halal compliance but also product choice and packaging and labeling as well as marketing and branding. And last is upgrading JAKIM to enable it to provide more efficient services to the industry, both at the domestic and international levels. Besides, among the products that have potential to the global halal hub structure, for the first is cosmetic, secondly pharmaceutical, third food and beverages, fourth agricultural fertilizer. Next, I will proceed to discuss about the involvement of government and private agencies. Among the government agencies, for the first is JAKIM, for the second is HDC, third Ministry of Health, KKM, and the fourth is Royal Malaysian Custom Department. Besides, among the private agencies, for the first is Melaka Halal Hub Serkam, Selangor Halal Hub, Gelatin Halal Hub Malaysia, the Global Services Sendirian Berhad, and so on.
In conclusion, the increase in Muslim population around the world makes the halal industry grow rapidly and receive high response, including from non-Muslims, because halal is recognized as a new benchmark for safety, hygiene and quality assurance, as well as in accordance with Sharia guidelines. Infrastructure, equipment and facilities such as Halal Park, Halal certification and standard, Halal research and development must be used properly and efficiently to drive the growth of the halal industry effectively. Therefore, the government and the agencies involved must work together to achieve the ultimate goal of making Malaysia the world's halal hub. So, that's all from us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.